A Lexington gas station's now been robbed twice in 2 days. We've got the latest from police ahead.
Also here at 4:30 on WKYT this morning, it was a banquet to celebrate another season in the books. But instead, Logan Tipton's teammates spent the night honoring him.
He's got one more opportunity to win over America. Coming up, Jordan Smith gets ready to sing in the Final Four.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning and welcome into WKYT This Morning. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Let's get a look at your Monday forecast and what the day's got in store with Micah.
Yeah, here comes a wall of rain heading our way. It's still not in our region just yet, but wait for another couple of hours and it'll slowly move on in. And a closer look at this toward Taylor County. Greene County now starting to get a couple of sprinkles in the far western zones. But heads up VG Parkway if you live along that, and just to the west. There's a line of showers heading your direction. It's not a lot of heavy rain, but you'll get some gusty winds along with that. Look at these temperatures. Here at 72 Louisville, we're in the 60s over in our region. And here comes not only the wall of rain, but also some cooler temperatures. Not cold, but cooler. Strong winds today, 58 degrees. In towards your afternoon, we've already hit our high today. I'll show you that forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Okay, so we'll be keeping track of weather, obviously, throughout the day with that rain incoming. And in the news this morning, the news of his death rocked the community a week ago. Versailles police say 6-year-old Logan Tipton was murdered while sleeping in his home.
If not for his life cut short, Logan would have joined the football team at their annual end-of-the-season banquet last night. He played lineman for the Woodford County Yellow Jackets, but because of his death, WKYT's Caitlin Sentner shows us how his teammates held the banquet in his honor.
Small town, big heart, and that heart isn't just found on the football field in Woodford County. The difficulty comes in explaining the unimaginable loss of Logan Tipton to 6-year-olds.
I had to explain it to him in such a way that he would comprehend it and hopefully not ask a whole lot of questions, because the details of the whole tragedy is something a 6-year-old doesn't need to know.
Their carefree minds shouldn't have to know this crime.
He kept asking questions of how exactly it happened, details.
They know what they need to know about why number 63 won't take the field with them.
I'm told at first Logan didn't want to play football. He's a little teddy bear, but once you got that football helmet on him, he didn't want to take it off.
He's just a special kid, just such a great, heartfelt kid. Loved everybody he came into contact with, loved his teammates, obviously loved his mom and his dad and his family.
On the football field, Logan's father, Dean, was also coach. He took the stage tonight along with his wife, Heather. Number 63 will forever remain a star on the field.
This year's award for Best Offensive Lineman, number 63, Logan Tipton.
2015 Best Lineman and a retired jersey. The only boy of fall to suit up in 63 in the years to come will be Logan's younger brother.
One of his youth leaders said, "Logan, do you know what Jesus would really want? He would want your heart for Christmas, Logan." He replied, "I know, Mr. Bennett. I already gave it to him."
In Versailles.
And I strive, and I'll live the rest of my life trying to be half the man he was.
Caitlin Sentner, WKYT.
And fundraisers for the Tipton family will continue throughout the week. The Mayor again is hosting one for the Tiptons on Tuesday.
New this morning, for the second time in 2 days, police are looking for a man who robbed a Lexington gas station. The Speedway on Paris Pike was robbed a little before 2 o'clock this morning. Police say the suspect went into the store 3 times before pulling a knife on the clerk. He got away with cash. That is the same Speedway that was robbed early Saturday morning by a man armed with a baseball bat. Police do not think the crimes are related.
Also new this morning, Lexington police say a man accused of kidnapping a child is now behind bars. Police say Michael Allen injured his girlfriend during a fight and took off with their child. Police found Allen and the child at La Quinta Inn. Allen is charged with kidnapping, assault, and receiving stolen property. He's scheduled to be arraigned later today.
This morning, Lexington police say they are still trying to track down a missing teenager and her baby. Police are telling us that foster parents last saw 14-year-old Halea Whitaker and her 1-week-old baby Camarie around 6:30 Saturday at their home on McConnell's Trace. We're told that both the teenager and the baby are originally from Louisville, and police believe the teenager is heading that way. Halea has brown hair and hazel eyes, and she was last wearing blue jeans and a red shirt.
A statue outside of a Lexington church is now beyond repair after police say someone vandalized it. Our news partners, the Herald Leader, say that on Wednesday someone broke off parts of the Sacred Heart of Jesus statue outside of Lexington's St. Peter Claver Catholic Church. Police say they have no description of the vandals. The church says it's now beyond repair. This morning, deputies in Laurel County are looking for a man wanted for breaking into a car at a church. Deputies tell us a woman noticed the passenger side window of her Ford Escape broken when she left Laurel Chapel Christian Church yesterday morning. Deputies say someone stole her purse. Witnesses say they saw a man walking around the parking lot at the time of that theft. Deputies do not have any suspects, though, right now.
Police say a Wisconsin woman is now charged in connection with a body that was found in a box in a southeastern Kentucky area just off a road. 44-year-old Rose Cooney is charged with intentional homicide and hiding a corpse. Police say Cooney killed her boyfriend, 51-year-old Douglas Bailey, and left his body in Kentucky. Investigators found the body last week in a box in an embankment in Bell County. We're told that Bailey is a truck driver, and his sister reported him missing when he did not show up for Thanksgiving in Peoria, Illinois. Cooney is an instructor at the University of Minnesota. It was another violent weekend in Louisville. The Louisville Metro Police Department tells us that 4 people died in the city over the weekend. Family and friends honored the murder victims last night during a vigil. For one family, this is not the first time that they've experienced such a loss. Craig Bland Sr.'s son, 22-year-old Craig Bland Jr. was shot and killed in May of 2012. This weekend, Craig Bland Sr. lost his other son.
Whoever done this, I don't, let the law take it in the hand. I don't want nobody going out here doing nothing stupid and putting my son's name on and say, oh, well, you done it for him. No, you didn't.
There were 2 other people shot and killed on Saturday. Police say a 4th person was stabbed to death later that night.
Recovery crews say it was his first time visiting. This morning, we've learned more on what led to the death of a man at the Red River Gorge. This happened yesterday morning around 10 at Chimney Top Rock. Wolfe County Search and Rescue says that a 25-year-old fell about 200 feet after crossing a railing. WKYT's Hillary Thornton has the latest from the Red River Gorge.
Around 10 o'clock Sunday morning, the Wolfe County Search and Rescue team was called out to Chimney Rock, a place unfortunately they are familiar with, for a hiker who had fallen off of a large cliff after crossing over the safety railing.
He jumped across and apparently had rolled his ankle when he landed on the other side, and it pitched him back and he fell off the right-hand side of the cliff. And that's about a 200-foot cliff line. We sent 4 of our team members went down to initially locate the individual and assess the situation, and realize it was a fatality at that point. And from then on, we had teams coming in from the bottom side.
Rescuers say the victim, a man in his mid-20s, was visiting the gorge from out of state.
It's actually his first time visiting the gorge, and that was the first spot that they had gone to this morning. So unfortunately, they ran out to the view. He jumped over the railing, and then within 10 minutes he'd fallen. So it's just a tragedy for all involved.
Sunday's fall victim makes the 3rd fatality that search and rescue crews have worked at Chimney Rock this year alone.
It's a breathtaking view, and people love going to this particular spot. Unfortunately, they tend to climb over the railing, and when you do that, your life is certainly in danger. And they like to try to jump across the crevasse over to the chimney part of this, and sometimes you can make it, and sometimes you don't.
In Wolfe County, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Crews from Powell and Menifee counties help with recovery. The coroner has not released the victim's name.
Despite their own hardships, a Garrett County church is making sure that others have a happy holiday. Lancaster First Assembly of God lost a portion of their church to fire earlier this year. They've been having services at a nearby theater since that. And yesterday morning during service, Pastor Wendell Johnson gave away 100 new bikes. Those bikes are going to children in need.
It's amazing to be a giver, because God's a giver, and you're never more like God than when you're giving.
Pastor Johnson said the congregation raised about $5,000 to pay for those bicycles. Probably a good gesture there.
Yeah.
Well, millions are expected to tune in tonight to see if a Kentucky native can win it all.
We're hoping Jordan Smith will give one last performance on the season of The Voice. The Harlan County native has been wowing judges and really all of us each week. Sales of Smith's songs have routinely made it into iTunes top 10 after every one of his performances. He sings again tonight, but America will have to wait until Tuesday night to find out who the winner is. And we'll all be anticipating to see if this Kentuckian can take it all away.
Yeah, the suspense of it all, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, it's good to have you with us on WKYT this morning on your Monday. We're just getting started. A lot more coming up.
Well, safety comes first when it comes to kids, but could you be making a potentially dangerous mistake? Moms Every Day will tell us more after the break.
We have that rain on the way. It's now crossing over 65, heading our direction. Not only the rain, but the winds as well. I'll show you those high winds coming up in just a few minutes.